Hey guys. Arky here. Welcome back to another video. In the last video, I was asked about random Ichors, so today I will be bringing content about the engraving system and random Ichors in Tree of Savior. Engraving is part of the goddess equipment system. To access it, you have to open your inventory, F2, and press the green armor icon below your character. You can also access it through the menu UI near your mini-map. Simply click the menu, then click Goddess Equipment. It will open the main UI, and then you have to click Engrave on the side tab of the interface. Now you have three options: Save Engraving, Apply Engraving, and Ichor. Let's start with the Save Engraving option. This is mostly used for the level 460 Vasilisa gear, since the level 480 engraving system has changed the way we reroll and save engravings. I will show you a nice trick for early random Ichors using the Vasilisa random Ichor system. Let's say you reach episode 14-2, and monsters are now incredibly stronger than before, dealing insane amounts of damage and evading most of your attacks. Even using the coordination fixed Ichor, you still don't have enough accuracy to bypass enemies' evasion. What I did was, using my Vasilisa equipment from episode 12-2 rewards, I customized a temporary Ichor with the options I needed the most: accuracy, then medium offsetting and leather offsetting to help me tank the strong attacks I was receiving. For the fourth and last option, I chose my main stat, which is STR, for physical attack dealers, or INT, for magic attack dealers. I recommend doing this mostly for weapons only, since this will be a temporary Ichor until you get good level 480 Ichors, and the value of the stats on Vasilisa Ichors for armor is pretty low compared to the level 480 Ichors. If you're a healer, then you can do this trick for armors, since it can be harder to find good healer Ichors with the right options, and the value of the stats will not have as much impact as it does for damage dealers. Here are the step-by-step instructions. Collect the Vasilisa gear from episode rewards, or alternatively, you can craft the Vasilisa gear you want using the crafting option on the Goddess Equipment Management. After acquiring the Vasilisa piece, you need to identify the stats. You can do this by using the Appraiser's Identify shop or going directly to a blacksmith NPC. When identifying your item, it will get 1 to 4 stats. If you get less than 4, you need to re-identify it using the mysterious magnifier from Gabija's shop until it gets 4 random stats. Now that you have 4 stat lines, it's time to roll for the desired stats. For this, you will be using Sandra's magnifier, which can also be bought from the Gabija shop. You can also obtain some from certain achievement rewards. Right-click the Sandra magnifier, put the item in the box, and then select all the stats you want to reroll. If you get any desired stat, make sure to uncheck the option for reroll. Repeat this process until you get all 4 options that you want. The next step is to increase the value of the stats you obtained. You can check the maximum value by holding the Alt key on the item. For this, you will need to use Sandra's detailed magnifier. Right-click the magnifier and drag the item into the box. You can only increase one of the options at a time. Try to get as close as possible to the maximum value on all options. After finishing this step, you need to register your Ichor on the engraving slot. For Vasilisa gear, you need the engraved stones, which can also be obtained from the Gabija shop. You need 20 of them for each item to get a 100% chance to save your Ichor. On the Save Engraving screen, select the engraved slot where you want to save your Ichor. Then, select the item you want to save. For this step, you need to have the Vasilisa item equipped. After that, use the engraved stones until you reach a 100% chance, then click Save Engraving and confirm. Repeat this process for all the items you need. Now you want to apply your saved Ichors. Go to Apply Engraving, and with your reservoir weapons equipped, select the Ichors you want to apply. Then, click Apply Engraving. You can also apply the same Ichors to the weapons you're using in the secondary weapon slots. Just equip them in your main slots and apply the Ichors again. That's it for this first engraving option. I want to remind you that this is just a tip for starting Ichor that may help you if you don't have anything else to use. If you can progress fine with the standard random Ichor, or if you can find cheap and good level 480 Ichors on the market, you can skip this part entirely. Now I will talk about the current level 480 engraving system. You will be using the Ichor and apply engraving options. Level 480 Goddess Ichors can be obtained by combining 7 level 480 Goddess Ichor fragments, which are separated by weapon and armor types. You can obtain these fragments from various contents in the game, such as Challenge Mode, Division Singularity, Field Farming, Blockade Battle, and weekly boss raid ranking rewards. fragments can also be purchased from the Vasilisa token shop. When using the fragments, you will obtain a level 480 Goddess Ichor, and there is also a low chance to obtain a level 480 Advanced Goddess Ichor. Advanced Ichors have higher stats than normal Ichors. In addition to being obtained at low chances when combining Ichor fragments, Advanced Ichor fragments can be obtained from contents like Field Boss and from Blockade Cubes. They can also be available through events or other exclusive contents. For level 480 Ichors, you can only re-roll one line of stats. Therefore, you need to obtain Ichors with at least 3 lines that you desire, and then re-roll the 4th undesired line to the stat you want. It's important to note that you can't increase the value of all the stats on these Ichors. So, if you care about the stat values, keep this in mind when purchasing the Ichors you need. Let's say you want to build an Ichor set focused on raid bosses for your swordsman character with STR, critical rate, attack against all types, and perfection. You found an Ichor with all of these stats except for perfection. In this case, you will need to reroll the line you don't need to perfection. This reroll process will require blessed shards, Sierra powder, Nucal powder, and some Vasilisa tokens. Go to the Pyromancer Master's lab in Clepeda and talk to the Pyromancer Master. Click on the Reset Item Stat option, then place the Ichor and click on the line you want to change. Click Reset and you will see 3 new options. You can choose to keep the current stat or select one of the 3 options. If you get the desired stat but think the value is low, you can save it as the current option and continue re-rolling until you get a higher roll. Please note that the cost and materials will increase each time you reset. After finishing the re-rolling process, you will need to register your Ichor. Go to the Ichor tab, choose the Engrave slot where you want to register your Ichor, and then select the piece of equipment you want to register the Ichor to. If you have already registered an Ichor in this slot, it will show the registered Ichor in the currently saved field and the Ichor you are trying to register in the to be saved field. Be careful not to overwrite your engravings by mistake. In this example, I am registering my weapon Ichor on the left hand. Simply click Save Engraving to complete the registration. After saving, go to the Apply Engraving tab and apply it to your weapon. You can use the trick of equipping your secondary weapon in the main slot to apply the Ichor to your other weapon as well. In total, you will need 6 unique pieces of Ichor. 4 armor Ichors, top, bottom, gloves, and boots, and 2 weapon Ichors, left hand main weapon and right hand secondary weapon or shield. You don't need to register Ichors in the left hand sub and right hand sub slots, since you can simply equip them in the main slots and apply the engravings. Regarding the engraving slots, the game provides you with 2 slots by default, and you can increase them using engraving slot expansion vouchers. These vouchers can be obtained from the level 40 achievement rewards. Additionally, 1 voucher can be obtained from the hunting achievement for the Turbulence Core raid, and you can also purchase a voucher from the Team Battle League shop. It's important to note that the slots will be increased for your entire team, not just for the character you used the voucher on. Usually, the free slots are sufficient for most players. However, if you want to save more presets, you can also purchase the engraving slot voucher from the TP shop. This voucher will temporarily increase your slots by 5. If the voucher expires, the Ichors you saved in the premium slots will not be deleted, but you will need to renew the voucher if you want to access the Ichors saved in these slots. The saved Ichors are unique to each character. The Ichors you register on your main character will not be available in the saved engravings of your alternate characters. I believe that this pretty much covers everything. If I missed something, I'll update the pinned comment with the missing information. I'm planning to create a video later with suggestions for PvE content Ichors. If you would like that or if you have any suggestions for future videos, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.